And now for something completely different.
Ba, 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 da, ba, ba,
All
ba,
right,
da, da.
one deck loaded.
What's going on, guys? It's Arcane Duels. I'm Koshade.
I'm Sharkbait.
And we have a match between two veteran players, I would say. Yeah, definitely veteran
It's
players.
a good
Yeah,
description.
these guys have been around for geez, probably as long as we've been streaming tournaments. So this should be a
I think
fun
they've been
match.
around longer.
Yeah, I mean longer than that. Jeez. So we have a match. This is the ADMW2, by the way. We're in the group stage, and Romeoxero versus Arxiducs, and this is kind of an important match because I mean both of them need these wins.
I would contend that everybody needs every win, but yes, this one is especially important for Archdukes because otherwise he's probably eliminated with a loss here.
Yeah, I mean I guess Romeo could take this loss, and that wouldn't be so bad for him. But
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean really this is going to be a fight for is Arxiducs going to remain in the tournament. So this should be fun because Romeo is a super solid player, and I've been talking him up all the time, and he's about to lose here, I'm sure. But regardless, we have in the top left corner Romeoxero playing the Araxian Crown Warlock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Araxian Crown versus the Priest. Another Dark versus Holy. This is the
Yep.
second one in a row I've been
Arxiducs in the
commenting on.
bottom right. Yeah, playing the Priest here. And Romeo's favorite mage is the Priest. So I anticipate that he's going to know the scariness of the Priest.
Well, there's that, but I mean, this is also a book I've seen Romeo play many times. He knows this book in and out. He's gonna drop some brutes and go do some stuff, man.
Okay, that's
Drop
cool.
brutes and throw fire. That's what he does with this book.
I mean, really, Araxian
So
Crown.
I love how he does that.
Araxian Crown is such a cool, like, when it hits you with force, it just like demolishes you. And
there's a lot of projection there.
and it looks like we're going to see a Temple of Asura come out for Arxiducs, starting out early. Big question is, will we see a Harmonize or a Cleric?
Oh, I have my personal hope that it's a mana crystal.
That's fair.
why.
That's totally fair.
Something I hate harmonizing things, especially temples.
Temple seems like that go-to harmonize. Like I see a lot of players tend to do it. It's very telegraphed when you see it. Like this is like when you see Temple come out and nothing else, you're like, all right, it's probably
just
harmonize.
makes it more expensive when it crumbles, man.
That's the thing is
So,
that the Temple doesn't have much
why-
life. Yeah.
I would harmonize. The only thing I would personally harmonize is the Wizard's Gate.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Nothing else.
I mean, maybe the layer. Maybe.
No. There's no reason to harmonize the layer.
I mean, it already gets 2-channel though, you know.
Exactly. There's no reason to
Yeah.
harmonize the layer.
It's a good point. I mean, so yeah, I mean, like the harmonized temple basically lets him start getting out a creature around, and I think that's why most people want to do that. The question is, it delays you in terms of having creatures out because you tend to want to get clerics out then to increase your channeling. Right. But the thing about the Araxian Crown is it's gonna hit you like a truck by like turn 4. So, you know, having to.
I'm betting we see a brute come down and then followed up with a couple fireballs. I mean, if you go brute mask right now and then fire shaper ring something or other, you're looking at piercing, and then you lead into then you have what, fire shaper Hawkeye, then you lead into the temple with a fireball acid ball or something.
Oh, dude! And if they like
without a guardian angel in place, that thing's going down.
Even if they do guardian angel, it's like, okay, you spent all this mana on something that's going to defend you, but it only does 3 dice. So now I have all this extra dice here that I can throw at you.
Yeah.
It's tough because the defense is good. Don't get me wrong, but
when he goes cleric.
But it's one of those like tidal waves. Yep, and we see the Assyrian cleric.
Yep.
And you know, for the cost, Assyrian clerics are actually pretty good creatures.
I don't disagree.
It's just the question is, will they become zombies? Heal your other master.
Yeah, I could totally see them getting a little zombified by the end of this one, but
and you called it, man.
The brute, like we said.
Yeah, you called it. That's the thing. The double mana crystal doesn't really say a lot what you're going to be doing. The brute, it's still kind of a standard creature. Like really, all dark books really usually just run one brute. because they're just good.
Yeah.
You know.
I think there's 4 brutes in this one, but yeah.
Yeah, no, they're just good creatures, man.
One.
Absolutely.
They're solid. The weird thing is they're either really, really solid or really, really dead. Like, I don't really see too many games where they're kind of just meh, you know?
Yeah, no, that's so true, man.
Spiked down quickly because the dice went hot, or they're not getting spiked down at all because the dice go cold.
I mean, what do you think about the brute against Holy School?
Well, there are a lot of ways for the Holy School to do the whole throw extra dice at undead things. So it's probably a little evened out against the Holy School specifically, but
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
There's your Hawkeye.
Or Curious.
I'm not a big fan myself of the monk. I've never liked the monk that much in a non-academy setting.
Oh wow.
Man, he's going super.
Oh wow. I know we should talk about the monk, but he's going meditation, man.
That's ridiculous amount of economy for this. So unless he's planning to crank out some super friends, I'm not sure. Man, he's got 12.
This could be over.
Any good super friends until next round.
This could be over. Like as soon as Romeo hits, like there's gonna be a brute showing up and just be like, "Time to crush some fools."
Yeah, and
I
know Romeo does like to also toss some fire with this particular build, which is awesome because I fully endorse that. However, it's gonna be a rough day for Arxiducs if he comes in and starts slinging stuff and just slaying everything.
I mean, this is just kind of a meditating zone. Like everyone's praying or meditating. Like we have so much stuff and it's all in harmony. You know, it's good.
If he casts a cheap creature now, I'm trying to think, and he spends, I don't know, some cheap amount, like maybe a Brace Yourself. He could save up enough mana for some super friends. Like Allendale would be a good deploy.
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know, what's that cleric, the super cleric?
Oh, the
Joseph
Trueblood. He's really good against
Dark Rangers. He does pretty well against, exactly, he does really well against undead. So and he can heal and he can pray. So he kind of covers all the bases you're trying to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
His weakness is clearly he dies to removal, but
yeah, absolutely. I mean, he could theoretically Guardian Angel, meditate, and then defend, but I'm not really sure.
Oh God, please don't.
If you wanted to be super defensive, you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure that would do him the most good.
Honestly, against
it's tough, man.
I mean, I think against the Araxian Crown, I really think swarms are like the weakness. Like it's weaker play to go swarms. Just because it's so easy to get more. That's interesting. Just because it's so easy to get more zombies, like you know, all these clerics and monks, like it's gonna be 2 or 3 mana, just popping out for quick casts, and if you have a lash to go with it, you suddenly can do a round of like double fireball or fireball lash for like 2 or 3 rounds, and usually the game's over.
Or you just start raising everything from the dead.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, like Rise Again is just such a good card.
It is. The Royal Archer here coming out is interesting because it's going to help him put pressure on Romeo when he starts finally getting into the range, and that zombie's going to lumber his way. So it's a pretty interesting play, actually. I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's 12 mana.
He's going to need a melee creature though to engage in the non-temple zone, though.
I mean, a good abduct. If I were Romeo, I would just teleport out of the zone, just slaughter the Royal Archer, bring it back as your own, and suddenly you flip it.
Sorry, my computer just flickered. Sorry, what?
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. What I was saying is, like, if he abducted the Royal Archer and just, like, slaughtered it and then made it a zombie, it would also flip that. So, like, I mean, you could just go after it. Don't get me wrong. It's not that hard to kill.
Right.
I mean, compare the mana cost. It's 12 mana for 1 armor, 9 life, whereas the 5 cost Syrian Cleric has 1 armor, 6 life. So it's only 3 more damage than that.
Yeah.
Brute number 2.
He's just going to start pumping brutes out, yep. That's brutal.
I mean, the thing about this play is if he ends up, like, doing a Pillar Righteous Fury in the Temple Zone, like, they're just going to kind of, like, surround it and be like, we can't enter. You know?
Yeah.
Which isn't, bad that stall tactic is there. It's just a matter of waiting it out.
Yep, I agree.
He's going to meditate. I mean, he is getting good use out of this meditation amulet. And honestly, if Romeo's gonna just chill back, then the temple gets stronger and stronger.
Yep, that's one of those. I think he'll move out next turn, or yes, next turn because it's final quick cast. So it wouldn't surprise me to see him start moving towards the whole. Yeah, he's gonna start throw some stuff around.
So probably Hawkeye, then Gloves of Skill. Probably what we're seeing here.
I would bet quite a bit of money on that. Yeah.
On the Araxian.
Yeah. That's probably correct. And then it'd be interesting to see how he starts dealing with whatever defenses Arcxiducs puts up.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So would it ever be worth it to put the Holy Avenger on the Royal Archer?
I mean,
you give it extra
honestly,
life,
a 4-die piercing one isn't bad.
Yes, and then something comes in, he's got the melee attack on the off chance, like, you need to use that instead.
So, I mean, the thing is that it costs you 4 mana to do that, which is a lot. But, I mean,
Total speculation here. So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you had no other choice, yeah. I mean, it's harder to kill. So if they like plan to like range like fireball to death or something, it's like unlikely.
Yeah, it's unlikely to even go for it. Although it could be used for when they finally engage in your zone. Yeah, weird question. I know.
I mean, honestly, in a case like this, like if Romeo were gonna attack next round, and you had the Royal Archer, and for some reason couldn't play something else, I would probably Holy Avenger just because like you need extra dice because like the attack is imminent, you know?
Yeah, I don't mean for this particular situation. I mean, is there a situation in which you would actually use Royal Archer as the Holy Avenger? I
mean, basically you have a melee and a range attack. You can hit anything basically a 4-dice piercing one, granted if they attack something.
And if they don't, it's even better. You just shoot them.
Yeah, right? It's...
You have options at that point.
I don't know. I probably wouldn't. I mean, Knight of Westlock's obviously the better choice if you're going to go for level 3.
Yeah, I would agree, especially if the same or almost the same mana.
Yeah, it's like 1 mana difference. So, but I mean, you know.
Don't you know?
I mean, honestly, in this point, if he did a Syrian Cleric with a Holy Avenger, that wouldn't be a bad play either.
It's true. That'd be a pretty good one. A lot of interesting options.
Because the piercing isn't doing much against resilience if you want to go after these brutes. So you might as well just...
It's more the extra dice that
you're just looking for as much dice for as cheap as possible.
So I'm thinking you're going to want to get something tough out soon. Something with armor or something with a defense or preferably both.
Yeah.
Because those brutes are about to come in and... I mean, I guess Puddinhead's not here, so they're only going to roll normal damage. But still, normal damage is on 6 dice.
It's pretty dang good. Pretty dang good, man. And Arcxiducs goes up to 1 armor with the boots. This is just a casual play, just to gain passive armor. And, if it forces your opponent to eventually spend, like, an acid ball to get rid of 2 leather, then, it's about evening out. It's just a little bit more actions for you.
It's probably good. I don't know if it evens out more actions, but it's good to at least delay when they can engage your mage effectively.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with, like, zombies, which tend to not have piercing.
Yep. I was gonna say Eternal Servant, but then I realized, wait, that's not a necromancer. Don't worry about him.
Aha! Zombie such a weird art card. Like, look at that, like, stomach. It's just like falling out.
Man, it's a zombie.
How can you move, man?
Well, you can't. That's why they lumber.
It's like a bodybuilder. Oh, that's fair. He's like, I gotta hold it in.
Drop my spleen.
Seriously, it's like a bodybuilder zombie. It's totally what Brute is.
Well, I mean, they had to raise somebody from the dead.
Yeah, right? Might as well choose the tough guy. And we see another cleric come out for Arxiducs.
Ooh, that is interesting. It's not what I would personally have done, but
it there is something to be said about, like, bloodthirsty. Like, if you choose to go after your mage, then these clerics just healing... It would be good if, assuming that like Arcxiducs has the
I don't know, 2 points and 9 mana. There's no way it helps.
Fair enough. Fair enough, man.
If we're really gonna go there.
I mean, the greatest way to draw the Deathlock is, of course, to Sarian Cleric heal, because then you're not spending any spellbook points when they're like, oh, I gotta counter that crap, you know?
Yeah, I would be prepared to lead with Deathlock anyway.
That's fair.
Because it's going to help out the Warlock more than or it's going to hurt the Priest more than anything. Interesting. Radiant Breastplate. All right. So he's at least doing something what I would consider to be good, getting the armor on. Because armor against zombies is usually how you want to fight them.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, when it comes to fighting zombies, I mean, 2 extra armor is, of course, really good, and you might as well do something in school if you're a holy mage. And if he chooses to have that staff, which a lot of priests do, then suddenly this armor is really good.
He should have. Oh yeah, there's that too. But he should have. He should have put on Demon Hide armor so he can get the 1 critical die back.
Oh my god, get the Demon Hide. That's clearly the best choice.
That's what I would do.
Put on Cloak of Fire.
Right.
Should be a fire mage, just saying.
50% chance to get a 2/3 chance burn or to do damage. I don't know, man. Cloak Fire is kind of a pain. It is only 3 minutes though.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's so cheap.
Super cheap for a 33% chance of doing direct damage the next turn.
Yeah, I mean, you attack into a guard, you get a chance to burn too. It's nice.
Yeah.
All right, and this temple gets another mana.
Yep, I'm betting the mage moves next.
It's interesting they chose Royal Archer before this cleric here. Maybe because he didn't know what his opponent was doing.
Yeah, I'm guessing so he can. He's going to keep Romeo at range right now because the threat of the 4-die attack.
Yeah. I almost wonder if we would have seen like.
Ooh.
Oh, we see a double move, perhaps.
Then, nah, I bet he either moves and attacks right now, or he is going to cast another brute.
Oh yeah, another brute would make a lot of sense. You're right. And Blood Demon comes out.
Blood Demon, all right.
So this archer will always be able to shoot something when they get in melee.
When in doubt,
here.
shoot things.
Yeah,
Though,
right.
that being said, shooting a vampiric creature isn't always the best use of your dice. Not saying it can't.
Yeah.
It's not your best target.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, the other choices are 2 resilient creatures too. So.
Yeah, and the Blood Reaper does go on the Blood Demon, so just that vampire trait gets enhanced so much more. And the passive healing, of course. Like, you know, everybody talks about how
the Blood Demon was designed for Blood Reaper. Weird.
Whoa. Blood for the Blood God. You know, everybody talks about how the Druid, like, has that passive healing with Tree Gen, but really the other mages all have something that can sort of passively heal. Blood Reaper being, of course, the one for the Warlock here.
The difference there is the Blood Reaper / Blood healing thing there is not so much passive as it requires an action.
That's very true.
Unlike the Druid, which requires 1 quick action total.
Yeah, that's very true.
So,
the
from that perspective,
Druid just does it
quite
really well.
equal.
I'll just say that.
Yeah, so from that perspective, not quite equal, but they don't necessarily have to be. Every mage is going to play a little bit differently.
Yeah, I mean,
said, Druids are a real pain.
You know, you could just put a regenerate on the Blood Demon and have him attack himself, and then he'll vampiric himself, give your mage 2 life, and then he'll also regenerate 2. You know, just saying.
It might be one of the weirdest tactics I've ever heard for that. I'm going to bite my own arm and then regenerate it.
It'll cost you 12 manas, you know?
What?
Just put him in a corner, you know?
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Yeah, I mean... That would be so weird.
This is ridiculous.
Bite my own arm. Yes, grow back. And then the mage across the field is like, yes. He bit his arm again.
Taste me. I'm delicious.
I see my demon is doing his work.
You can put Deathlink on it too if you really want to go hardcore with it.
Oh my god. Deathlink. Too bad you can't make a bridge troll a demon, man. That'd be great.
Oh man, that would be convert something to demon.
Yeah,
demonize.
Bridge troll demon. That'd be terrifying, man.
That would be awesome. I guess you can give it to Demonic Bloodlust, but then you have to also get Vampirism.
It just like grows little wings, you know. Just only like his bite is like, I'm a demon now. I'm a bridge troll demon.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro.
All right. So if I had to take a peg at it, we're going to see the attack from Romeo this turn.
Oh, yeah.
The attack on the temple.
Like,
and
the
the reason
brutes...
for that is it's not his initiative.
Yeah, the brutes are brutes are going to start moving
sorry.
forward. And I imagine that the round after this one, we'll probably see, like, force pushes or teleports so the brutes can start, like, hitting stuff next round. Not this round, next round.
Yeah. I would guess that the attack would happen this round because if he's going to attack it at all, I guess he may not. But
yeah, right.
You do it on their initiative so that no matter what they deploy, it doesn't really save the temple if you set it up right.
Mm-hmm. You know, zombie brutes guarding is kind of terrifying to think about because they're holding their guts up. You know, like I imagine that, like, you know, someone's like, I'm gonna attack someone. The zombie brutes guard, and they're like, let me get these intestines out, swinging at you. Something like that.
I don't want to touch those things.
Just like, all right. Zombies. Yeah, if I made a zombie movie, it would be really gross.
It's kind of gross, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yes. They also use claws in their attack, which clearly they're more muscle than claws.
Mangling claws.
They got like webbed hands. Is that what's going on with their hands there? It's so weird.
I think they just have normal hands that
just
are
like
rotting.
blood, maybe, or something. Yeah,
they're kind of just rotting. Yeah.
Weird. Guy had some serious like shoulder muscles.
Maybe it was like Frankenstein where he enhanced it.
Oh yeah, it could be something like that.
I don't know. I'm making that up. Otherwise, that was the guy who played in the NFL. So.
All the sports fans that are listening.
Or rugby or
rugby, yeah.
sport
So something like
choice.
that.
Yeah. A professional athlete. He's now a professional athlete zombie.
Bum, bum, bum.
Life after the game.
Life after the game.
Or unlife after
the
game.
Right. Coming back to the game. After death. They said he was dead, but he's back.
Yeah, right.
Not as fast as he used to be. But he has the skill. Okay, so Night of...
as fast as he used to be.
All right. Night of Westlock comes out, and we're going to see a Holy Avenger here.
Based on the mana, no, but unless he changes it.
He's got 8. I mean, it's not a bad creature, Holy Avenger. You know, it's 4 mana.
I would definitely Holy Avenger that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, when you think about it, like, the 5 life to the 10 life Westlock makes him suddenly, like, up at the, like, what is it, like, Aaron level in terms of survivability. Actually, a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, I should say, what's his name?
Just because of the extra armor.
Yeah. What's his name? Allendale. Except you get that defense, man. And a changing of cards. Romeo could say no, but you know what? We're a nice community.
Yeah, pretty much.
We wave at each other when we pass each other on the streets. You know, we're those kind of people. That's the Mage Wars community.
In the streets, that's weird.
Yeah. Have you ever been like a small town and like, you know, you don't know who the person is, but when you're like driving past, they like wave at you when they're driving past you, and you're like, oh, I guess that's what people do out here. Like wave, you know, just wave at you. That never happened to you. All right, fine. It's happened to me, man. People waving. It's friendly.
Man, I'm just gonna let you roll with that.
All right, fine.
Yep.
And it looks like we're not going to see a Holy Avenger on this Night of Westlock.
Confirmed.
What does he want? To be a Holy Avenger.
Enchants the priest.
Yep. And that could be a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Renahide Brace,
nullify. Even Bear Strength.
Pick a...
Yeah, exactly.
There's a million things that first one could be in this case.
Very tough to call. Like, generally with Warlock, because of fire, you can generally call it, even Warlord. Priest, not so much.
It also depends on the context. In this case, he's just kind of in his own zone, building everything up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is actually paying off for him at this point. I think he has a heck of a board state right now with the Knight of Westlock out. And
yeah,
it isn't going to be an easy thing to attack.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to see some abductions. Like, he's got... Romeo has 3 level 3 creatures. That's a lot, but...
It's true, it is. It's a really, really strong one there if he can deal with... If he can ace down...
Ooh!
Yep. All right.
This is a great card.
Take off running.
And, this is one of those cards that, like, everybody struggles to verse, like, a Gorgon Archer, right? And this card, like, helps that playing field a little bit.
Yeah, this one ruins Gorgon Archers. Assuming they have a way, like, he's got a maul of 3 dudes here to attack him.
And if this Royal Archer will have to double move, which will mean that all these creatures can just, like, unload, man. Like, this might be a dead Archer.
The only thing is, if I was Arxiducs, I'd probably save that activation for last, so they really won't get to do anything.
Oh, yeah.
That, not until next round when they can just beat him up, because
yeah, right.
Romeo goes first. So, that seems to me to be a preparation for next round, and this round he's... Oh, I don't know. Maybe not. But
I mean, I bet you...
I guess.
I bet you Romeo wants this to be a zombie Archer. Like
maybe I could see that.
Like, it's a good play.
He just wants to ruin the turtle.
Yeah, and that a play alone is definitely really good.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'd love to see a Firestorm or a Ring of Fire in this zone.
Firestorm is one of my favorites.
Yeah. I do the Ring of Fire personally, but they're both good. Don't get me wrong.
I just like the range on Firestorm.
Yeah, awesome. Right? Like, the 1 smoke point for their 1 range is totally worth it.
Mm-hmm. Ring of Fire is a backup. I've run both in many books.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right, let's see what we got.
Some praying going on. They're going to need it.
And that's what I expect to happen. I think the Archer's going to go last.
Yeah, I don't think Arxiducs will just move it immediately. So that means some actions will be gone, which will be nice.
Yep, there it is. All right, so he's trying to nail both of them in succession.
All right, so he had a backup plan so he could use his actions. It makes sense.
I don't know if that's a backup plan. I think that's his primary plan.
His primary
plan was to
teleport
that guy.
Yeah, and
or teleport whatever came out of that thing.
I totally support this teleport. Like,
I guess if it was flying, he wouldn't have got to do it.
But... Yeah, and that was just a great move, though.
Yep, I agree. Because the Archer's just going to be in the position of the Knight next round.
You shouldn't defend against this one. This one you shouldn't defend against. No, don't use it now.
Oh no, yeah, he's using it now.
Yeah, because you want to take a little damage, and then you avoid the higher damage ones. Because if you miss this...
Yeah. If he misses it... I mean, even if he makes it, it's only... I guess it's still less dice, because the next guy will do...
4.
Only 4.
Yeah. Oh, he did fail, though. No! Oh, he's going to fail anyway.
4 dice going back in. All it needs is 1 critical to trigger the Bloodthirsty on the other 2.
Yep, and there it is. You got 1.
You got 1, but I mean, Knights of Westlock only have 10 life in the first place.
It is not a lot for a 13.
12 more dice coming at him in succession, in waves of 6.
Jeez.
There's a possibility he survives still.
Oh yeah, with 3 armor, totally.
But there's a possibility that the crits just say nope.
Yeah, because he's got 6 dice 2 times. So yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. So he could roll high enough to make it work, or he could roll absolutely nothing.
Yeah, he should be around 7 or 8 damage. So yeah, you're totally right. We see the zombie. Zombie's hiding.
I'm not sure what he's doing. He's hitting the buttons.
Yeah.
Man.
And I think it is Arxiducs' turn, and it looks like he prayed. Okay.
Yeah, he prayed and got mana for that. So he's gonna. This is about to get real interesting.
Yeah, I mean, do you use a Dispel on this Chant of Rage next round, you know? Because it seems like if you're...
I don't know. He's already going to be in the zone. What's the point of Dispelling the Chant of Rage when he's in the zone?
He's going to die.
And
Like,
Right, and Romeo has initiative. I think at that point you chalk it up to a loss,
yeah.
and you try to make up for the fact that you're now short a guy, possibly two.
Oh yeah. And it looks like the attack from the Blood Demon
So
comes in.
4 damage gets through.
Dang, that's good damage, man.
It's good damage, but it's not. It means that he's not likely to die this round.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is good for Arxiducs.
I mean, if he gets five damage off of 6 dice, that'll be crazy. With 3 armor.
It could still happen.
Yeah, it could. They are zombies.
There's a non-zero and a decent. It's not super high, but a decent chance that it happens.
Oh. If this were, he has to move twice. If this archer moved to the left again, that would be a great play. For the
That would be a great play.
Because then you could actually dispel it and he would still be able to shoot stuff. And this zombie brute probably wants to go after the knight at Westlock because it doesn't want to split damage. No, don't move it here.
No.
Okay. Well, he did. So
if you run 2 to the left there,
yeah,
you split forces, and I mean, it's still not a good situation to be in, but at least you throw off the plan and don't play it.
He's moving. Man, he's like, gotcha, man. I gotcha. Arxiducs figured it out in the end. That was good. Right. That was a good play. And by the brute moving to the right, if there isn't a dispel, now this Royal Archer has to waste another round moving to.
Yep.
So good play here. Royal Archer's moving this way now.
What is he doing?
What does he want to do, man?
I don't get it.
Romeo's laughing. Oh my god. Okay.
Yep.
So, a cool play you could actually do here if you're Arxiducs is you could actually, if the zombie brute goes into the Knight of Westlock zone and the Royal Archer's in this zone to the left, you could actually chant of rage the Blood Demon, and then the since the Blood Demon's in the same zone as the brute, it would have to attack the zombie brute.
Wait, run that by me one more time? Oh, because the hate token.
Because it was a hate token, yeah. All right. Anyway, we're gonna see this attack go on.
So you can choose between hate token. Ooh.
4 damage. Oh, that is gonna be a zombie Westlock.
Yeah, I would probably poison blood if I was Romeo, though. I wouldn't even bother with
that's fair.
Zombify. Because you know dang well Arxiducs is thinking, oh crap, heal him.
Yeah, I guess if
since you have curse weaving, you're just gonna get it back.
Yeah, that's a good point. You might as well just kill it off. Like, it'd be really good to get that, but meh. Knight of Westlocks become the brutes.
I have to regenerate again.
Interesting that Arxiducs chose this archer here.
It is interesting. It's unfortunate we don't get to see it do what it's intended to do, but Rage is kind of a pain. That's why I've started running Mind Shield and a lot of things too, or
Mind
anything to do with it.
Yeah. I mean, Chant of Rage is just like I've seen just every book take it, and it's like totally reasonable for 1 spoke point.
Mm-hmm. Or even 2.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think running 6 of them is actually all that worth it, but I think running 1 or 2 is pretty good.
Yeah, there's no reason to run that many for sure. We're just waiting on Arxiducs to take his turn here, and this will be the end of the round. He has 7 mana, so he could do a lot with that.
Yeah, you think he's gonna pray or meditate?
Sorry. Yeah, meditate would make sense. I mean, his forces have been divided in a way that he just took what was that, 18, 16 dice, something like that. And he didn't get any in return, so that's really unfortunate for him.
Yeah. Tough call here. I think I'd probably meditate, depending on what he has prepared. But
I mean, you might as well. I guess he could move one, and then I don't know, pillar or something. He's gonna double move. Okay.
Interesting. He'll double move and he'll probably. Well, if he wants to, he can pay for guard.
Yeah, will he do that?
I think you would have had to do it already.
Yeah, he would have had to just done it. I think the guard would have been an okay choice. It would have saved the Westlock a melee hit.
It might have at least tried. It would have made it more difficult to. Well, I don't know. They just gets hit by the zombies anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, maybe it's not as good as I was thinking there for a second.
I mean, if you force Romeo to go, oh, he's guarding. Now I have to flame blast this Westlock. Then that's kind of a win there, you know. During quick cast.
Could be. I'm thinking an explode here from Romeo.
Oh, an explode would be so good.
That's.
Can he afford it on the Radiant Breastplate? Yes, he can.
Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, even explode on leather boots, just get a damage onto
Yeah, it's fair.
the thing.
I mean, he probably has more breastplates, but he probably doesn't have more boots. Is a good way to look at it too. Yeah, so I guess his big choices here is: does he want a zombie to be made here, or does he want to have it explode? And they're both good.
They're both good. One of them has significantly more risk that the Knight of Westlock just gets healed.
Yeah,
I think
that's
what
true.
you want to do is just knock out the Knight of Westlock before he's useful.
Yeah.
Siphon Life here would be fantastic.
Siphon Life, absolutely.
Just 3 dice direct damage. Don't worry about armor. Don't worry about rolling.
Don't give him a chance. Yeah, exactly.
You have a really high chance of rolling 1 damage.
Yeah, because even with Poison Blood, there could be Martyrs. Restoration.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be a really good spell to cast right now in Knight of Westlock.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting. It depends on how or what he wants to deploy into there too.
Yeah, and Arcxiducs is at 16 mana and 4 on this temple, so we can definitely see a high level creature come out as backup. I mean, Arcxiducs probably wants to focus on the zone he's in right now, but you know.
What's that really cheap zone attack spell? The light one that gets bonuses against undead.
Oh yeah, God,
I think we could see one of those, and then
I don't think I've
guard.
ever used that spell.
Blinding flash or something.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, it's blinding flash. So you get, I mean, you get 4 dice.
Anybody actually carrying that would surprise me, but
it's 7 mana. That's what makes it so expensive. But you get a bunch of dazes, you know, and it 8 up of stuns against these brutes.
Yeah, it's really cheap and I mean, it's 4 dice versus everything except the mage in that zone. So, and you have a 8 up stun.
It's a 10 up stun plus 2, of course, for
plus
stun.
2. So,
but it's a 4.
Yeah, it'd be 8 up.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, it could totally be used once that. Actually, I might use. I'm thinking. It might be worth using before the Knight of Westlock dies.
I mean, you'll probably kill your Westlock with it. That's the only downside.
Probably.
Yeah.
But you got a defense. Oh, it's unavoidable. Dang it.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm trying to get too creative.
It's a little rough. It's a little rough.
Getting too janky with it.
And it looks like no deployment's going to be coming out for Arxiducs.
Yeah,
I think.
Prepared.
Nope.
All right.
And it looks like he's immediately going to use his quick gas. Let's see what he's going to do with this. And the Hawkeye does get revealed.
Yep. He's going to throw something at him.
Yeah, probably Flame Blast is what we're about to see.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is.
That's a good one.
It's a 5-die attack, and he has a reroll, so he's probably going to kill it. There it is.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you got it.
Definitely got it. And great play from Romeo. Just take it out. You know, don't try to get fancy with it.
Yeah. Don't get cute with it. Although, I mean, as much fun as it can be to raise Knights of Westlock from the dead.
I mean, he's already got so much dice over Arxiducs. Just that much more is not worth the risk.
I agree. Yeah, the dice disparity is pretty huge.
Mm-hmm.
Especially as soon as something gets injured.
Yeah, right. And so now there's no more hurt creatures in this zone. So these brutes can kind of pick and choose here.
They can. Although I think if I was Romeo and I didn't have a way to deal with the armor at the moment, I'd probably just punch the mage.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And he's out of explode range.
You're still getting full dice from the.
Oh no, we're gonna see an
full dice from your mage. Though he's going after the archer. All
I'm
right.
guessing he doesn't want his blood demon to get shot.
Holy crap.
Got some great damage. 5 damage off of that. Dang.
I guess he didn't need to roll 6 dice on that one.
That is almost dead, man.
Yeah. That thing's going to be... I guess it's kind of like we were saying. You kind of expect that one to be dead by the end of this one.
Yeah.
And it's looking like that's coming true.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice roll from Romeo, but it doesn't help that the Royal Archer doesn't have much life.
I'm trying to figure out why didn't he deploy another creature?
He has 16 mana, so let's see what happens, I guess. And there's the knife attack on the brute. Getting 2 damage.
That's still good. Better than I would have expected, and it's at least something out of the Royal Archer, but...
Yeah, it's better than nothing. I mean,
the disparity's about to be ridiculous.
So basically you spent, 4 mana on this Chant of Rage, and then he got 2 damage off of this, so... Yeah. Not quite paid for yet.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to get paid for it.
No, probably won't. The
Getting
Knight of
something
Westlock.
back is better than getting absolutely nothing back, I guess.
Yeah, the 6 mana on that Knight of Westlock to kill it was also really good. I guess plus the Flame Blast. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's 11. I mean, it's not so much necessarily mana savings at this point. It's position now because the board state's super one-sided.
Absolutely, yeah. And here's the Blood Demon coming in.
Regardless of how the mana...
And that is a dead Royal Archer.
Yep.
All
Regardless
right.
of how the mana shakes out, the board state is... the mana remaining on the board is heavily one-sided.
Yeah. All right, well, the Priest is now open. And I guess you could just go after the Priest. Like...
Oh, I'd start to beat down now, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think killing
Depends
temples
on
is
what the priest
needed.
does, obviously, but...
Maybe Arcxiducs is like saving for a dragon or something.
I've seen crazier things.
Yeah, he's gonna keep praying.
Yeah, 'cause he knows he's going to get hit no matter what he does.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there are some corner cases of that, because you can always lesser teleport back or something, but...
I mean, at this point, praying, it depends what you want to bring out, but, like, positioning these Assyrian clerics to, like, heal isn't a bad move, though. Because it's a range 1, so, like, if you just surround the priest to support him next round.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see the curses go down. Oh, the Tanglevine.
Ah, Tanglevine, yep.
Okay,
in place.
so this is a smart move from Romeo, wanting to end it right here.
Yeah, we're in a death zone now. At least until he teleports out of there next turn. But
I mean, when you're staring at,
might as well
like...
make him use the teleports, right?
Yeah, right. Teleport for Tanglevine's totally worth it. I mean, each of these creatures can deal 6 dice once they get bloodthirsty, and that's going to be crazy to deal with when you're Arxiducs. And you mentioned the explode. I'd love to see that, and just a way to get rid of all this armor.
That would
so
be
it's just
awesome.
pure damage, you know?
I mean, I'd probably bring a nullify check too, though, so you need to save up some mana.
That's true. That is legit. Yeah.
You have to check nullify if there's a...
I mean, it's just a level 1 curse. That's all you gotta use, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Or the
It just
Ignite.
means you can't do it next turn, because that would require 14 mana.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
At least on the breastplate. He could just blow the boots up.
That wouldn't be bad. Arxiducs says, dang.
Maybe that screwed up his plan.
Yeah, I'm sure that he's looking at this board state right now. He's just like, I don't know how I'm going to deal with any of this. And the damage begins. There might be a like
course,
circle of light.
I'm going to leave right before the beatdown.
Can't bear to watch. 2 damage going through. That's actually pretty good for the amount of armor he has. And the Bloodthirsty is activated.
Won't matter this turn, but yeah.
And really, like, even if the Warlock wanted to jump in and just punch this priest, that wouldn't be a bad move here.
It's not bad, although I'd probably save it as like a super low down the backup plan.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have him escape, and then you just spend the next turn lumbering your way towards wherever you ran off to.
That's so true, yeah. All right,
So
yeah, let's see
by
what Arcxiducs
technicality,
does.
he's now winning. He being Romeo.
And there's the pillar going down.
Oh, there's a pillar. That's cool.
And if Romeo has like 2 more brutes, then he's not going to care about this at all, man. Oh, he's
Ooh,
going after the
that's
mage.
not the choice I would have seen coming.
Whoa,
Interesting.
dude. Why? I mean, he has no armor, so I guess if he tries to focus on the mage, he might be able to.
Going, yeah, I don't know.
It's a nice damage. I mean, 5.
And he got
No days.
no days. Yeah, I thought I got a days there.
That's unfortunate.
Well, okay, so Arxiducs is now technically winning.
I mean, the blood demon is gonna start healing now, and so it's nice to have that sort of like contingency for Romeo.
Yeah, so I don't understand this choice myself. From I think I would have thrown more dice against the zombie brutes because you might be able to get rid of at least one. I mean, it's 12 dice over the next, now
yeah, right. Like I feel like going after the mage is not gonna get you the win unless he has like boulder. You know, I mean,
yeah. Or if he goes full on boulder mage here, he's getting 4 dice from the righteous flame plus another 14 from 2 boulders. It's still not enough, I don't think, to offset.
Or are we gonna see a tsunami?
The blood demon healing, the anything really, but.
Yeah, I mean, he's out of.
Tough.
He really doesn't have the mana now for the dragon anytime soon.
No.
The Hand of Purification! And we're just going to burn off this.
One. And he's going to burn him.
Burning would be
this
good
is
choice.
why I would have. This is why I would have thrown, just in case the burn worked from the pillar as well. Like, you could have aced that zombie down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, the priest can handle this zone. It's just. You need that pillar.
Putting the pillar in the other zone was a mistake.
Yeah. I agree with you. Like, and plus you get more dice on the brutes.
Exactly. Like you're looking at 12 dice versus the 8 you'd get on the mage.
And that burn, I mean, Malachi's fire can just add up, man.
It can.
Like brutes can die pretty fast to those. All right, well, we're in the upkeep, and it looks like this brute's gonna still burn. Question is how much damage.
Truth.
And we're gonna have to see another pillar attack.
I'll stick around for the burn, and then I gotta go.
And 2 burn.
2 damage.
Dang.
Ooh, see?
Yeah.
Man, it just makes it more frustrating because that pillar could have nailed it.
I mean, this brute might be dead if the pillar was in the brute zone.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I'm sorry, yeah, the brute might be just dead right now. The extra 2 dice could have been crits.
And it could have added an extra burn to it.
Yep. Not to mention there's another 6 dice.
Burn.
Another 6 dice you lost out on here, you know?
Yeah, it's a 7-up burn for the pillar on the brute, too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, geez, that's really good.
So.
And,
future lessons for those who are watching. Hit zombie brutes with Righteous Flame.
yeah, I mean, especially on this state.
So.
All right, man. Well, thanks for joining us, man.
Yep, thanks for having me on, and I will talk to you guys later. Good luck to the competitors.
Good luck. Have fun, man. All right, and they are going to be planning here. We do have to see another attack here go down. Just gotta wait that out. By the way, anyone that's listening to the chat, welcome to the live stream. Hope you guys are doing all right. And so we're gonna see a 4-die attack against Arxiducs, or I'm sorry, against Romeo. He has no armor, so it will go straight through. Let's see if a burn happens. It's just 2 damage. That's so unfortunate. No burn or daze. That's gonna put Romeo up to 7, which is, getting up there. I think with the Blood Demon, healing the 2 life, or the 2 damage every round, Romeo will probably be able to deal with it. I guess what we could see some sort of, teleport force wave, and then all of these creatures would take the pillar hit. That would probably be, the best move I could see Arxiducs doing. It doesn't really cost that much mana, too. And then he could also summon something off this temple on top of that, if he chose to do that. But, that's kind of the weird thing about Pillar, is, Force Wave is really good with Pillar, and, it almost seems like every opportunity that I see Pillar, it's yes, there is a chance to use Force Wave along with that. but I don't really see. It's just when you're solo building, you know, it just feels like you don't really have the opportunity to put it in your book because you always like want it for something else. That being said, we're just waiting for these cards to go up and go to the next thing. So, yeah. What's up, guys? I see all these people in chat. Hope we're all doing fine. So yeah, I think exploding on either the leather boots or the radiant breastplate, just causing one of those items to just superheat and explode would be a really good idea here for Romeo. Obviously the radiant breastplate would be great, but then he couldn't do anything else. So maybe just a punch, because it'd be 12 mana. But the boots is the common one. He could also just like acid ball and punch too. But any way to get these guys that have no piercing to get, you know, straight damage through armor would be a good choice. I think, anyway. And we do see a card go onto this temple here. And with 8 mana and 16 in the bank, I think Arxiducs has a really good chance of just kind of doing whatever he wants. Question is, like, how is he going to deal with this Tanglevine? Because if he takes this damage straight to the face, it's not going to end well for him. Like, each of these, I guess statistically they'll only do 3 damage each, but, you know, going up to 11 damage this round would be fun. If this is like, you know, Aegis 1 or something like that, that would actually be really nice, because it combos with his armor so well. Rhino Hide would be pretty good too. You know, that sort of thing. And so, yeah, I think we're just waiting for them to finish up planning. I guess Romeo could move into this temple zone and just start zombifying all these dudes, but I don't know. Alright, we see Light of Dawn come out. This could be a Holy Avenger. It's only 3 mana, so it's not that bad. And the ability for her basically to shoot from range is super strong. Because getting these stuns on these guys, for instance, the brutes, would be really good. The Dazer stun. Her melee attack also isn't that bad. I guess I'd like to see at this point probably a Malachi's Basilica come out for Arxiducs. Because it'll buff, you know, his attack spells, his melee, and now it'll start buffing this creature. And we're in the action phase, so it is Arxiducs' turn. Let's see what he does. If he has the teleport force wave, this is the exact round to do it. We see the teleport. Force wave. That's a dead Tanglevine, by the way. Force wave. Oh my god, if he has force wave, I'd be so happy. Do it. Oh, he has the force wave! Oh, what? And he pays 5 mana. 5 mana, he's gonna get 6, 12, 16 dice out of that? Holy cow, man. Oh, Arxiducs, I doubted your pillar. I should have known. Yes, I was talking about how, you know, Force Wave would be super good here, and how I just never feel like I have the ability to put in my book, but Arxiducs found the strength to do it. Oh my goodness, we have a dead Zombie Brute off of this! The 5 mana to get 5 crit on Zombie Brute, already paying for itself. Oh my god. Second Zombie Brute's gonna get attacked. This game is not over, guys. And the 6-die attack, and he's gonna get 3 damage! And a burn. Dang! Oh man! And it is going to attack this Blood Demon as well. And so this is, I think, when Romeo has to go into plan B here. And, oh, we're going to get 3 damage and a burn. Holy cow, dude. This pillar. With the Force Wave. If you don't put in your book, do it now. So yeah, now Romeo's kind of I wouldn't say that he's now at a disadvantage. The danger, of course, if Arcxiducs has 2 Force Waves, all these guys move down. But I think that more evened it out for Arcxiducs. But I still think Arcxiducs is slightly behind. That's not too far behind, though. All right. And then these guys are going to start healing, it looks like. So Arcxiducs basically gets the heal. This is why these Syrian Clerics are so good. Because basically they're mana generators, but they're also now healing. And every time you can save like a minor heal or heal for in exchange for just healing light from the Syrian Cleric, it's totally worth it. Because you don't have to worry about things like Poison Blood, Deathlock, things like that going down. And if it makes them do it, then suddenly they spent mana. And now you can work within that rather than being in a position where you have to heal because you're so damaged. So I like that play out of Arcxiducs. This is solid, man. And Romeo's going to be thinking here, I guess. Looks like he's not really sure exactly what he wants to do with his creature. He's just going to run. Okay. I like this move a lot, actually. He wants to get himself in position so that he can be aggressive towards the temple or the priest. And, man, so many burns going down. And he's way out of this pillar zone. And this pillar, if it didn't attack for the rest of the game, it's already done its job. So, major props to Arcxiducs for that move there. And looks like we just have a cleric here. I think if the cleric healed, it wouldn't be a bad choice. Unless you have something you really want that 1 mana for the temple. Which, I mean, it's different between 11 and 12 mana, so there's not that many creatures that are different there. I guess if you wanted to plan that other stuff, but probably the healing is the better bet. I guess you could move in for 2 dice of damage. That would also make it so the like Ring of Fire or something like that wouldn't actually do as much damage then. If Romeo has it. Yep. And this cleric is gonna heal. It's rolling 1 die, she'll get 1. And of course it gets 0. That's a little unfortunate, but it's worth the risk. Definitely worth that risk there. So great move out of Romeo. And then Arcxiducs, the response, perfect. And yeah, we're going to be going to the next round. Let's see how these burns do. Oh, Romeo is going to use his quick cast, and it looks like he's going to pay to extend it, and he is walling it off, man. This is a temple that is now just sealed into itself. He's going to have to spend some actions tearing down these walls. In the meantime, his priest gets slashed and bitten and all that stuff. So let's see, 2 dice, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it statistically they cannot bring this wall down in 1 action or 1 turn of attacking, unless the priest helps out. Looks like the burn got removed in this brute here, but the blood demon has taken 2 more damage off of that burn, putting him up to 5 total. He can still be targeted by Light of Dawn. So taking 3 more dice, he probably won't die, but if Archdux has like a Luminous Blast, this could be a Dead Blood Demon. And it's of course Romeo's initiative, so he'll have a chance to vampiric something in order to heal something. So he probably won't die. But you never know. And yeah, so they're gonna start planning here. So I guess Romeo paid 13 mana basically to wall in this temple here, and with that he has no more support. So what Romeo needs to do now is capitalize on the damage. And at 11 mana right now, he can't really cast that much in terms of creatures to follow up. I mean, I guess he could cast another Brute. I mean, the Lash wouldn't be bad, just to start laying down the damage there. Wouldn't mind him figuring out some sort of way to heal. I mean, he has the Blood Demon, but he still has 0 armor too, so he has to think about that. I mean, there's a lot of things Romeo needs right now, and figuring out exactly what that is important. I'm not really sure what the best is. Like, do you get armor because you know you're gonna take? Romeo's saying he's gonna take a minute. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Looks like we're gonna take us. All right. Looks like Romeo was back. Yes, it was really interesting last round because basically he did that force wave, and the wall of bones was in his hand. So I'm sure he was kind of kicking himself that he, didn't have any sort of like ability to, or I guess ability, that he didn't cast that here just to block the force wave going in there. Arxiducs disconnected. So anyway, we are back to the game. Thank you for everyone that's watching live. If you weren't watching live, you probably just saw some cards shuffle around, but everything should be the exact same. So we're moving on into the deployment phase here. There is a card on this temple, so let's see what comes out of it, if anything. And if you notice, like, all of these creatures have pretty low dice. That's fine against, like, resilient creatures, but the minute that you start introducing armor, these guys start doing substantially less damage overall. And the reason why, of course, is resilience tends to have lower life. So it's fine because you get a few crits and you're happy. But with armor, you're usually dealing with higher life creatures. And Robert's discarding some stuff from his hand. And the Assyrian Defender comes out for Arxiducs. Yeah, I love this card. This card is what made me actually really start liking Priest a lot. Exactly what's going on here. You make it a Holy Defender. Suddenly it's like it's about on par with the Knight of Westlock. And it costs about the same. Costing 11 instead of 13. But, you get the Piercing 1 out of it if you activate the Holy Avenger on it. Also, like, if you do, like, Temple of Dawnbreaker with the Assyrian Defenders, it's actually pretty decent, because if you have, like, 2 of them, let's just say, and you really want your Holy Avenger to live or something like that, then you either reroll the defense if they do, like, a Fireball or something crazy like that, especially when it's your Mage and you have, like, Force Orb, or if they roll high damage, you just have them reroll it, just casually. That being said, we are going to see the Luminous Blast come out for Arxiducs, and this is a great move here. 5 dice against a 1 armor creature. It should put it up to 4. It should put it up to 9 damage total, taking 4. And this is first roll, so let's see what goes on. This card is also, like, a beautiful card for the Holy School. It's range 0/0, so you have to be aggressive. But the dice is good. Not to mention that Daze chance is ridiculous. You could also just roll 6 damage on that and get the Daze. That's gonna kill him. Holy cow, man! That is a Dead Blood Demon, so That is quite unfortunate. That's a big loss right there, man. This Blood Demon really needed to get some hits in because I was going to allow Romeo to survive a little bit longer. And, man, like, Romeo has, like, just gotten his creatures taken out. And, you know, with 3 armor on the Priest and no armor on the Romeo, the Araxian, that suddenly puts Arxiducs in a decent position to deal damage. And granted, this Brute here is still going to deal 6 dice, so that is quite a bit, actually. And he's going to Seeking Dispel a card in here. Ooh, I've actually been wondering what this is. This could be really anything. Brings the card up. Waiting for something to happen. The Shining card that the Seeking Dispel has been used on. And that was actually a Nullify. Okay, great. So a Seeking Dispel for a Nullify is actually pretty worth it. And that now allows Romeo to play maybe his next move. Maybe he wanted to check for Nullify. Maybe wanted to make sure it wasn't something else. So he did want to check for the Nullify because he had the Dissolve in hand. And that was a good play. Seeking Dispel is one of those cards that's like, it's really good against, you know, one, checking for Nullify, but also things like, you know, you just want to make sure they don't have something like a Brace Yourself or something like that. So I respect that. You could also use like Ignite or level 1 Curse for cheaper spellbook-wise, but, you know, there's other reasons why you'd want to take Seeking Dispel. And so yeah, that's going to leave this Brute wide open to deal some damage. And Arxiducs going down to 1 armor means it's probably going to be about 5 damage this round, which is quite a lot. Yeah, it looks like we're going to see Arxiducs try to retreat. This is going to save him that 5 damage because of the limbering, so I think that was a good move. He's not going to guard. He's going to enchant himself again. Okay, rock on. And the Brute's going to come down here and guard. And I'm guessing we're going to see either praying or trying to hit bone walls. Man, there was a time that everybody took Eagle Claw Boots because walls were in, like, every book. And this would be an interesting move if, like, Arxiducs just jumped over this wall. Anyway, we are going to see some attacking go on. Just taking a staff to a bunch of bones, trying to whittle it away. He gets 3 damage out of that. That's pretty nice. He's going to Eagle Strike some skulls. Nope, he's going to meditate. Okay. So this wall will probably be up for a little while. Oh, 3 damage out of this guy, too. Dang, these guys are rolling nice. So 6 damage is half dead. And we're going to see just some attack. And that'll be pretty much the end of the round there. All right. End of the round. Yeah, no, 3 damage. So this will probably be able to be broken through, and then a rush of creatures. Arxiducs, don't disconnect again! No! Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, this is awful. Oh, Arxiducs. Alright, well... sorry for the disconnect, guys. I guess Arcxiducs says that he only planned this match to be about an hour and a half, and he's already out of time in terms of resetting. He's just gonna concede, which, you know, when you come to like challenge like our tournament brackets so far, like Arcxiducs has already lost 2 games, so he probably wasn't gonna advance as it is. It's just unfortunate to go it that way. So maybe they'll play a game another time, but for now, Romeo is going to take the win there. So for anyone that's watching, you know, I hope you guys got some great experience out of this. This is actually a really fun game to watch. I would have loved to see the conclusion, but dang, there's some good tactics in both of that. So, so yeah, thanks for everyone that wanted to join us live, and if you're watching in the YouTube, I hope you guys enjoyed that video.